Well, the heat is rising on Texas Democrats as the fight continues over the state's congressional map. It's been more than a week since Democratic lawmakers left the state to stall efforts to redraw those congressional lines. Now they're facing lawsuits, possible expulsion from the legislature, also arrests, even bomb threats they're facing, which police now say has happened twice at the Illinois hotel where Texas Democrats are currently staying. NewsNation's Xavier Walton is in Dallas with the latest there. Xavier, neither side is backing down on this, despite the violent threats that lawmakers are facing.
Markie, good morning. Not even close. And, you know, this Texas-sized fight over redistricting, it's reaching a fever pitch, and you just laid out all the reasons why. And over the weekend, Democrats and Republicans certainly not doubling down, or certainly not backing down, I should say. Governor Greg Abbott in Texas here, doubling and tripling down on his words. While the special session technically ends 1 week from today, August 18th, Governor Abbott made it clear he's willing to call as many special sessions as it takes for absent Democrats to return to Texas.
And as soon as this one is over, I'm going to call another one, then another one, then another one, then another one. If they show back up in the state of Texas, they will be arrested and taken to the Capitol.
All right, so here's the problem. Many Texas Democrats don't seem to care, unfazed by the fines, threat of being arrested, like you just heard there, or lawsuits, even the violent threats some of the teams, or some of them rather, have faced.
What we're fighting for is democracy. Who would think it's okay to hunt us down like animals rather than to allow us to follow the rules.
And we are here to give hope to others to stand up and be courageous in this moment.
So this weeks-long chess match, it continues. Both blue and red states also kind of waiting to see what happens here in Texas. I mean, the ripple effect, when you stop and think about it, Markie, it could be massive ahead of the midterms next year.
Yeah, we just heard from Representative Ann Johnson there. I'm actually going to be joined by her on set later on this morning during show. But Xavier, this ripple effect that you're talking about, what other states are considering redrawing their congressional maps ahead of next year's elections based off of what happens in Texas?
Yeah, there are several different states that are considering it, and that's why I said they're kind of watching and waiting, and you mentioned ripple effects. I mean, there are Republicans, or there are Democrats, rather, in California, Illinois, where you are, or even you talk about red states, too, down in Florida as well. 4 Republican-led states, including Ohio, are considering redrawing its maps because the current one in place since 2022 was passed without bipartisan support. Meantime, the Trump administration reportedly leaning on Florida, Indiana, Missouri to redistrict ahead of the midterms next year. On the Democratic side of things, I mentioned California. California Governor Gavin Newsom says he's pushing forward with a special election this fall that would let voters choose if they want to redraw the state's congressional map, while the governors of Illinois and New York have said they will look into redistricting if Texas pushes forward as well. Markie, it's worth noting that of these states I just mentioned, Princeton University's redistricting report card, we are talking about back to school here soon, Missouri, Indiana, New Jersey, New York, their maps got A's, but Illinois, Florida, Texas, those states, their maps, they got failing grades. And then worth mentioning here, too, Ohio got a D for its congressional maps. So none of which are doing too great.
Yeah, and talk about a consequential fight that Texas is having right now. Xavier Walton live in Dallas. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.